Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to our Arabic class. We are doing the Medina Arabic course book 1. We are still dealing with the exercises around lesson number 13. And specifically, it was dealing with feminine plurals. And then obviously we move now into this exercise, as you can see in front of you here, which was dealing with the pronouns and stuff like that, because we were touching on feminine pronouns and of course feminine possessive pronouns as well. So that's where we are starting from tonight, inshallah ta'ala, from page 77. Let us begin. Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man walah. So we're starting here from number 5, exercise number 5, which says ضع في الأماكن الخالية من الجمل الآتية ضميرا مناسبا هو هي هم هن. He says place in the following blank spaces of the following sentences, put the appropriate pronoun in place, which is will be either huwa, hiya, hum, or hunna. Huwa singular masculine, hiya singular feminine, hum plural masculine, hunna plural feminine, all third person. So at least one person has given in their homework in advance before actually reaching the class. Alhamdulillah, very good for that. Anybody else, if you happen to have done the homework of these exercises and you do know the answers, you're welcome to post them now too. But otherwise, if not, we'll continue on as normal. So let me start with number 1, so you understand what the lesson is about. He says, number 1, Man hadha rajulu? Who is this man? Then comes the blank space. Al-amakin al-khaliya, or amakin is plural form, the plural, the empty spaces. So the empty space in question over here is, this is the empty space. So put the appropriate pronoun. So mudarrisuna, our teacher. So what is the appropriate pronoun to put in here? How do you work that out? You work it out based on who you are speaking about or what you are speaking about. So you're speaking about hadha rajulu, this man, one man, masculine, ergo huwa. So man hadha rajulu, huwa mudarrisuna. Who is this man? He is our teacher. Number 2, aina talibatu? Where are the female students? Talibatu. So you look at it, okay, we're talking about plural feminine because there's a lot of girls. So therefore, hunna fil fasli. Hunna, they, them, plural feminine. Hunna fil fasli. They are in the classroom. Number 3, man ha'ula'il fityatu? Man ha'ula'il fityatu? Like I mentioned before, don't be misled by the fact that fityatu have a ta marbuta on the end, because that doesn't count for anything. It is a masculine word. So man ha'ula'il fityatu? Who are these young men? Not women. Fatayatu is feminine, so fityatu is masculine. Man ha'ula'i, and as you can tell from ha'ula'i, it's plural masculine. So man ha'ula'il fityatu, plural masculine. Who are these young men? And the reply is, let's see what comes in here. Hum. Good. The answer which was given is hum, which is correct. Hum abna'ul mudarrisi. Whom they are the sons of the teacher. Number 4, أين الطالبة الجديدة? أين الطالبة الجديدة? Where is the new female student? So singular, ergo has to be singular as well. So the answer will be correct. Here. So here fil maktabati. أين الطالبة الجديدة؟ هي في المكتبة. Where is the new female student? She is in the library. Number 5, من هؤلاء الناس? من هؤلاء الناس? Who are these people? حجاج من الهند. They are حجاج from, okay, I already gave the answer anyway in English, but I'll give you still a moment to, anybody want to give the answer for this number 5? What pronoun should come in here? Any takers? Correct. because An-Nasu is masculine. And if you give An-Nasu didn't give you an idea of what gender it was, you just had to look on this side. Hujjajun is masculine. So if Nas didn't give you the answer, Hujjaj gives you the answer that you're talking about men. So hum hujjajum min al-Hindi. Man haulai nasu, who are these people? Hum hujjajum min al-Hindi. They are hujjaj from India. Number 6. Aina tabibatu. Nasu is masculine, yes. Okay, anyway, number 6. Aina tabibatu. Where are the female doctors? Tabibatun, tabibatun. So plural form. Aina tabibatu. Where are the female doctors? And the reply given is something. Fi mustashfa al-wiladati. So pronoun which is missing over here is Hunna, that's correct. Hunna fi mustashfa al-wiladati. They are in the maternity hospital. Number 7. Man hadha al-waladu alladhi kharaja min baytika. Who is that or who is this boy that exited from your house? Who is this boy that left your house, if we were to put it in our terms? And then the reply given is something ibn akhi. Huwa, correct. So huwa ibn akhi, or as we join and we say huwa ibn akhi, because Hamzatul Wasl, this alif over here, so you join straight over it. Huwa ibn akhi. He is the son of my brother, ergo he is my nephew. Number 8. من أين هؤلاء الضيوف? من أين هؤلاء الضيوف? Where are these guests from? And the reply given is something من الرياض. من الرياض. So which pronoun fits in this case here? Anyone willing to give the answer? We're dealing with number 8. Boom, that's correct. Now, you could argue that the sentence is not exactly telling us a gender, because haula is used for masculine and feminine. Mina riyadi on this side is not telling us gender either. And we know, duyufu can be used in some cases for feminine too. So we could have said both ways, but we understand from the context over here that it's speaking about men. So man min aina haula'i duyufu, where are these guests from? And the reply given is hum min al-riyadi, they are from Riyadh. Number 9, min aina haula'i al-mumarridatu, where are these nurses from? And the reply given is min al-Filippini. Min al-Filippini, they are from the Philippines. Okay, I gave you they. So hunna min al-Filippini. And the answer which is given, hunna, is correct as well. Hunna min al-Filippini, they are from the Philippines. And the last one for tonight, number 10. Man hadhihi al-fatatu. Man hadhihi al-fatatu. Who is this young girl? And the reply given is Hiya, that's correct. Hiya bintul mudarrisati, not madrasati. They did not put the tashdid on here, but by now they expect you to understand from the context of the sentence that she's not the daughter of the school. She's the daughter of the female teacher. So hiya bintul mudarrisati. She is the daughter of the female teacher. She's the daughter of the teacher. Obviously, teacher being feminine. So that was exercise number 5. Let's move on to number 6. He says, Hati jam'ul asma'il atiyata. Bring the plural form of the following nouns. So, ukhtun. Anybody who knows, you can see we've got here 4, 8, 10, 12, 14. We've got 14 words over here. You're going to need to give the plural forms of these. So every one of these are actually words which we have done. So obviously, there's only one plural for it. So, ukht is a feminine word. So there's only one plural. It's not male ukhts and female ukhts. People may want to be for gender fluid, but it don't work that way in Arabic. So, ukhtun, I'll give the answer for this one. Akhawatun. Akhawatun. Ukhtun, akhawatun. Ukhtun singular, akhawatun plural. Bintun is the next word. Anybody want to give me what its plural form is? Banatun, correct. Both answers correct. Bintun, banatun. Daughter, daughters. Muslimatun, muslimatun. Tabibatun, tabibatun. Tabibun, plural form. What's the plural? He's throwing a spanner in the mix now because we did this word. We did his plural. It's masculine. These ones were feminine, but now he throws you off guard by throwing a masculine form in. Why? So that you don't lose track of what we have learned already. So what is the plural form for masculine plural for the word tabibun? Anybody going to take a chance? No, that's not the correct answer. Tabibun atibba'u. Atibba'u. Remember, masculine plurals have got patterns, and this is one of those on a particular pattern. Atibba'u. Tabibun atibba'u. Zawjun azwajun. Zawjatun zawjatun. Fatatun fatayatun. Kabiratun. You can say kabiratun or you can say kibarun. In the book here, we did kibarun, but like I say, kabiratun also exists. But since we are doing the book and it may come again in future, so let's stick with kibarun. Kibarun both for masculine and for feminine. Tawilatun, tuwalun, same thing, masculine and feminine as well. Jadidatun, jududun, both masculine and feminine. So these three are being used both for masculine and feminine, the plural form. See, these are all singular feminine, but the plural is all plural masculine, but that masculine is used both for men and women. Akhun, ikhwatun. Akhun, ikhwatun. Kabirun, like kabiratun. Kibarun, and jadidun, like jadidatun, becomes jududun. So here you could say kabiratun and you could say jadidatun, but the more used form is kibarun and jududun. And that's the end of page 77 and the end of exercise number 6. Just when I thought we were actually at the end of a lesson, we're actually coming to a whole new part. So anyway, let's move on to the next page while we still have a bit of time. So he goes on now and he says, Asma'ul isharati lil qarib. Before I explain that, let's read what he says. هذا طالب هؤلاء طلاب هذه طالبة هؤلاء طالبات. There's no need to explain this and delve deep into it because he's giving you something which he's already taught you. So he taught you before he tells you what it was that he had taught you. So, sometimes people make you do a certain action and you don't know why, you're just doing it. At the end, you see, okay, so it was actually training me for this. So that's why Asma'ul Isharati lil Qarib is a demonstrative pronoun for something which is nearby. If you were to translate what the Ismul Ishara is. And Qarib obviously means something which is near. So he gives you, and you look at the underlying portions, Hada Talibun. Singular masculine because we're talking about one male student. So we use Hada. But when you use the plural form, Tulabun, we got to correspond with plural, so we say haulai. So haulai tulabun. Then he shows the feminine form. Hadihi talibatun. This is a female student. And then he shows haulai talibatun. So showing that the word haulai is used both for masculine and feminine. There's no feminine form for the word haulai. So that's what, whether you think haulai tulabun or haulai talibatun, the plural form, ismu ishara, remains the same. The singular forms will differ. But we did this already. He's just now teaching it to you for the first time if you haven't caught it already over the last 3 weeks. So let's move on. He says, Al-Kalimatul Jadidatu. He's wrapping up this portion of the lesson before entering a new subsection. So he says, Al-Kalimatul Jadidatu, the new words. What were the new words we did in this portion of the lesson? He says, Az-Zawju, Jim, yes, stands for Jama', which is the plural. So singular. Plural is what? Azwajun. Zawjun, Azwajun. Husbands, or spouses, because zawjun can be used both to mean husband, and it can also be used to mean wife, and it can also be used, as we say in English, as spouse, because the word spouse is possibly a bit translation, because spouse can mean your wife is your spouse, your husband is your spouse. So spouse covers both genders. And the word zawjun, even though it's a masculine word, but it can be used for both masculine and feminine. The plural is azwajun. So zawjun specifically would give you masculine, or at least I should say zawjatun would give you specifically feminine, but zawjun can give you feminine as well. But generally, we'd use it to mean masculine. So azwajun is plural masculine. And the next one, he says al-mar'atu, and we did this just last week. Al-mar'atu is the singular form, the woman or a woman, and the plural is nisa'un. So al-mar'atu has no plural. Nisa'un has no singular. This is the singular, that is the plural. Women are unique in this sense that, rajulun and rijalun, but al-mar'atu and nisa'un. It just is like that. There's no singular and there's no plural, and we just accept it as such. So the woman and women. He says al-mar'atu biduni al-imra'atun. So the word, if you're talking about the woman, al-mar'atu, al-mar'atul muslima, the Muslim woman. Imra'atun, for example, let's say imra'atun bayda, a white woman. Imra'atun sawda, a black woman. And etc. etc. If you're using the word imra'a, a woman, a white woman, a black, etc. If you're using it in that form, so you'd use the word imra'atun, al-mar'atu, and nisa'un. All three are used only for females. So imra'atun is when you are using it indefinitely, al-mar'atu when you are using it in a definite form, and nisa'un when you're using it in a plural form. And qaribun, which means near. Let's see. Okay, nothing of this is exactly new, so let's do a little bit more. Our time will run out shortly, so we'll do it at least to finish this page off. So this is Jim, which just simply, we've got subsection A, B, C, and that's basically what this is now, subsection C. So he says, هؤلاء إخوتي وأولئك أصدقائي. هؤلاء إخوتي. These are my brothers. وأولئك. Difference being now, أولئك is the new word that we are doing. What's the difference? We did اسم الإشارة للقريب, a demonstrative pronoun for something which is nearby, which was هذا هذه and أولئك. But هذا هذه and هؤلاء. But when it comes to the word أولئك, then you've got ذلك تلك أولئك. So أولئك fits in with اسم الإشارة للبعيد, as it's known, a demonstrative pronoun for something which is far away. So like we said, ذلك رجل, تلك امرأة, أولئك, أولئك آبائي, and things of the sort. أولئك أصدقائي. Those people over there, they are my friends. أولئك أصدقائي. They are my friends. These are my brothers and they are my friends. Or these are my brothers and those are my friends. Number 2, he says, من أولئك الرجال الطوال. الرجال الطوال. Who are those? Who are those tall men? Who are those tall men? And the reply given is hum أطباء من أمريكا. They are doctors from America. Next one says من أولئك النساء. Man ulaika nisa'u. Who are those women? So ulaika for masculine, ulaika for feminine. Haula'i for masculine, haula'i for feminine as well. So the plural for demonstrative pronouns are used interchangeably between genders. The singular forms are specific according to gender. Hadha, hadihi, zalika, and tilka. But haula'i and ulaika when you're talking in a plural form. So the reply, Man ulaika nisa'u hunna ummahatu talibati. Hunna ummahatu talibati. They are the mothers of the female students, the mothers of the students. Aba'u tullabi inda al-mudiri. The fathers of the male students are at the principal. They are by the principal. So the fathers of the students are by the principal. أولئك النساء خالاتك خالاتك يا مريم. So أولئك النساء. The first alif here is a question, alif istifham. So أولئك are those النساء, those women. خالات خالة خالات. خالة meaning your, like you're talking, some people they khalas, your khala, or as some people wrongly say, your kala, your aunt. So specifically your maternal aunt. So are those women your maternal aunts, O Maryam? Khalatuki, because you're talking to a female. Ulaika nisa'u khalatuki ya Maryamu. Are those women your maternal aunts, O Maryam? And Maryam replies by saying, La hunna ammati. Hunna ammati. So are they your maternal aunts? No. Hunna ammati. Ammatun, ammatun, ammati. They are my paternal aunts. So they're not my maternal aunts, they're my paternal aunts. So we make a distinction as to which aunts you are talking about. We don't just say auntie, auntie, auntie for everybody out there. We make a distinction based on what their familial ties are to you. The next one is هؤلاء أطباء وأولئك مهندسون. أطباء وأولئك مهندسون. هؤلاء أطباء وأولئك مهندسون. These are doctors and those are engineers. هؤلاء الرجال فقراء وأولئك أغنياء. These men are poor and those men, أولئك, we understand it that we're talking about men. Those men are rich. So أغنياء generally is understood to be masculine, even though you get it used for feminine too, but we understand from the context because we're talking about these and those. So you're not going to say these men and those women. You'd have to, add women into the sentence for a person to understand. You'd change from speaking about men to now speaking about women. So therefore, these men are poor and those, meaning those men, are rich. فقراء أغنياء are on that particular pattern which does not get tanween. Therefore, it is فقراء and not فقراء, and أغنياء rather than أغنياء. And next is أولئك الطلاب ضعاف. أولئك الطلاب ضعاف. So those students are ضعاف. Anybody know? Can anybody recall what the meaning of ضعاف is? Anybody at all? All right. Anyway, so ضعيف ضعاف. ضعيف ضعاف. فقير فقراء. طويل طوال. ضعيف ضعاف. Oh, weak. That's correct. The answer you gave of being weak is correct. ضعيف is singular meaning weak. ضعاف is plural meaning weak. So أولئك الطلاب ضعاف. Those students are weak. من أولئك الرجال? Who are those men? هم وزراء وزراء فقراء أغنياء. Same pattern. وزراء. So فعلاء. So this particular pattern does not get tanween, as you know, and it's plural for the word wazirun. Wazirun meaning a minister. So they are, who are those men? They are ministers. Okay, now we're coming to a bit of exercises, and maybe we end up completing the class next week, inshallah ta'ala, if we manage to get through 3 whole pages. No? Yeah, 3 whole pages. We stop on this point here, inshallah, as our time is already elapsed. So let me just give the thing تمارين exercises. So number 1, حول المبتدأ في كل من الجمل الآتية إلى جمع مع تغيير ما يلزم. مثال ذلك الرجل مدرس أولئك الرجال مدرسون. So he says change the مبتدأ in each of the following sentences. The thing we're speaking about, change it to plural, along with changing whatever else is necessary. So he says ذلك الرجل مدرس, singular, singular, singular. So therefore you want to change it to plural. أولئك, ذلك أولئك. الرجل الرجال, مدرس مدرسون. ذلك الرجل مدرس أولئك الرجال مدرسون. We're changing a whole sentence from singular to being a whole sentence of plural. And that's what is wanted from you. So let's look at this. Man dhalikal fata. It's supposed to be the without dots, meaning that young boy. Man dhalikal fata. Who is that youngster? Man ulaikal fityatu. Man ulaikal fityatu. We're changing dhalika to ulaika. Al-fata is becoming al-fitya, singular to plural. So man ulaika al-fityatu. I've done number 1, and I'll stop on this point here. And the rest of yours are exercises, homework for you. As much as you'd like to do, you're more than welcome. Because, like I say, I'd like us to be able to complete the class next week, inshallah ta'ala. But we'll stop on this point here for tonight. Anybody who happens to want to do the exercise and send it to me on WhatsApp, you're more than welcome to do so. If not, and you write it down, you can do it again also next week, Wednesday, in class as we begin, inshallah. But that being that, then we end on this point here, inshallah ta'ala. Until next time, we end and we say, wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad, subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.